Well, good morning. Hey, Kevin and Faisal, nice to see you here. Anyway, thank you for being here. Welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. I am your host, Jerry Wald, and a stroke survivor too. Um, for those of you that are new here, I just started doing this show, well, about 6 years ago at least, to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, really brain injury, and also to provide a platform for survivors to share their journeys from all across the world, literally, and also to provide a platform for experts in brain health as well to share their journeys and let us know more about the brain. And but anyway, I appreciate you guys being here. And if you have not subscribed, right there, I see three of you there that are on YouTube. Subscribe to Let's Talk Stroke and hit the notification button so you know when I am live, and you'll know every Tuesday and Thursday I do the show at 10 a.m. Central Time. So anyway, my guest this morning is, I don't know if you know, Bill Hrncir. Whew. And Bill's an awesome guy. He's going to share his journey and what he's doing. And by the way, Bill can ride a two-wheel bike. Who knew? So anyway, let's bring Bill on and we'll chit chat.
How you doing?
Good, Bill. I didn't butcher it.
I know.
Yeah, how are you this morning?
Very good, very good.
Good. And Bill, if you don't, I don't know, you don't know. Hey, thanks for Musa putting your where you're from, so that maybe Bill could see how this reach is.
Okay.
What did I forgot? Okay, how does stroke? Um, you can ride a bike, two wheel, and you're only about only 180 miles from me.
Yes.
Wow, that's great.
You and I ought to get together.
Absolutely. We do these little lunch deals every so often, and people come together. And so we get like 10 stroke survivors and caregivers. And we do this once in a while. We pick a place, and people come from quite a bit away. And so, yeah, we'll do that for sure. Yeah, I don't know if you can see the comments. I get so excited by all these comments, and yeah, thank you for putting your place where you're from. I appreciate it. I'm Kevin from Central Coast, Kristen Lynn from Chicagoland, Janet Burl from Northern New York. I was born in Long Island, or no, in New York. And we'll just start with Bill because you're the main reason we do these shows, to bring awareness to stroke. And you had a stroke, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for making comments. So Bill, let's start with who was Bill before your infamous stroke day?
Pre-stroke, I had the same type of companies, trucking company, metal store, and warehouse company. Before the stroke.
Right. Before the stroke. Wow. And you
Yeah.
are married
Yes.
and kids?
Yes. 2 kids, and they're both happily married and live around here.
No, that's terrific. I wanted to just bring up one thing here. This is your beautiful family.
Yes. Yeah.
There they are.
The
And it's great that they're married and kids.
Yes. Across the street lives my daughter, and 3 doors down lives my son.
Wow, that's terrific. Yeah, I mean, I know the same. I know the feeling because I have kids. A point to her house is two blocks over. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's and the rest of them, they all live real close. But good for you. That's really important. So, what led up to your stroke?
I don't know. You have to read the book. Well, I blame it on 5 things, but I don't know um, uh, the 5 things which um, the the um, I have this cheat notes, but the
That's
5 things. Um, uh, I I have its cheat notes, but inside I haven't gotten the cheat notes on this uh, topic. Um, uh, it's a it's a matter of the oh my gosh.
no, no problem. Trust me, I know. Like I said, before we talked, I could be talking then just like that. I forgot what I'm saying, but I
Well,
know everybody understands.
um, the stress in work, the the um, I ran very often. Um, uh, I um, it's in my blood. Uh, my 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 family uh, had um, the
You're doing great, Bill. I'll just let you know. People are. I mean, uh, you got a lot of people here. Just like I know the aphasia stuff. I actually joke around it with me now, even with our family. Uh, Janet says aphasia stinks, but Bill, you are doing awesome.
okay, but I think oh, I forgot to tell you. Um, uh, 2 weeks before my stroke, um, I had uh, I uh, I um, went to the office and I was at the light and the guy comes speeding out and the put the 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 uh, guy and the um, son
Right?
uh, went over the top of my head
Wow.
and it crashed. And I went there and I pulled out the son, and the guy did not make it.
No. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. That's crazy.
yeah,
Unbelievable story there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Let's see here, because you talked about this in the beginning. Uh, let's see here where it is, so I don't mess it.
yeah.
This is your book.
Yes, yeah.
Just
And
yeah.
I have it in there.
Yeah. You exactly. So anyway, your book is on Amazon, probably.
Yes, and Book Baby,
Okay. So people want to.
and audio is on uh, audio uh, 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 Audible.
Good. You're getting a question here from Musong is asking, you're doing great, Bill. We do
Okay,
understand what kind of, oh, okay. So I gotta bring it up here. I don't know if so yeah, I know I really have to squint too, but there it is here on the screen here. He's asking what kind of stroke
okay,
did you have?
okay. Um, it turned. Um, uh, it went from a ischemic to a hemorrhagic stroke because, uh, 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 well, on December 9th, 2006, I was running on Talik in Austin, and I totally blanked out. Um, uh, at the age of 47, I had a severe, uh, super duper, take my voice away, throw me into a wheelchair kind of stroke. Um, uh, the the doctors at the Breckenridge Hospital um, uh, uh, gave me a TPA, a tissue plasminogen activator, a clot busting drug.
Yeah.
6 out of 100 patients uh, will cause bleeding and further injury.
Wow.
I was one of the 6.
Wow. And just to, you were taken to Breckenridge,
Yes.
which that's where I was taken too.
Wow, great.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's not there anymore. Well, it's now called Dell Children's
Yes.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. How you were in ICU. I'm just wanting to get excited about Breckenridge because that's where I was taken. But were you in ICU?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know how long?
I don't know. It was 2 weeks, and then I got shipped out to Texas Neuro Rehab Center,
Okay, yeah, I know the
and
place.
I stayed there for 4 months.
Wow. Okay, that's long. Yeah. Wow. That's quite the story. So yeah, mine was hemorrhagic. Yours it was ischemic. You got the clot busting, the TPA, and
Yeah.
then I've never heard. I mean, that's why I love this because every story is different. You know, that's
Yeah.
just amazing. Wow. It went to a hemorrhagic.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And
Yeah. Wow.
they cut my uh, uh, piece of skull out of my brain um, um, to leave the pressure um, on my inflamed head. 2 weeks later, they got the skull back and placed on my head.
Yeah, that's just amazing. Let's see here. We have another. I know there's a lot of people. Thank you guys for being here, making comments. I mean, I see um, Jerry Chapman. Not sure if you know Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. The fact that you wrote your own book and remembered most of the details is remarkable. Yeah, you're doing awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Jerry. And that's just
My 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 daughter um, uh, edited the version, and then we would sit here like in once a week during Sundays,
right.
meet Sunday's lunch. They will talk about it. Like, yeah,
Some of
it,
the things maybe you forgot, and oh,
yeah.
we got to add this. Yeah, I've been doing that for gosh years. I keep putting back on the computer, writing it in there. I don't think it'll ever get done because we're remembering things
Yeah,
as we go, or maybe there'll be a part two of your book.
I don't think so.
Uh, that's amazing. But so after that, you got out of the hospital. I was going to ask, were you prepared when you left the hospital? Did the doctor say, okay, you got to do this or that, or no?
um, um, uh, my wife, Dee Dee, um, they told her, you cannot get your husband out of here until you show us what you're doing. And it was, I'm I think I'm going to bring her here to ask you. Hold on.
Yeah, and I'll make you full screen if she decides she wants to be on screen,
Okay.
but you can hear me though.
Okay.
Well, hey there, how are you?
Good. No, well, I think what he was trying to say is the hospital in Austin was the rehab was very strict about okay, he's going home. Who's going to be with him? And I said, I am. And they look at me, and I'm 5'1", and he's quite a bit taller than me. And they made sure that we had everything ADA accessible. We were very blessed that my brother lives next door, who is engineer, and so he got somebody in here to, fix our bathroom, fix our doorways where a wheelchair could fit, put ramps in the front and the back, and it was quite an undertaking, but a lot of people don't have that the ability to, make all those changes, and so it's a lot harder. Here in Laredo, since we started our stroke group, we really realized that a lot of people here in Laredo get out of the hospital and have a million questions unanswered.
Yeah.
They are not required to, they just say, okay, he's ready to go home. And they're like, what? I don't know what to do. I don't know how to lift him. I don't know how to move him from the bed to the wheelchair, and all the transfers and all the things that are just a big question mark in your head are so troubling for so many families. And we were lucky that we had good training in the rehab of what we needed to do when we came home.
Yeah, I know that's a big deal. My wife, same thing. I mean, now what? We left the hospital. I know, and then we go to outpatient therapy.
Yes.
But still, there should be more stuff done.
Yes.
For the caretaker.
Yes, and that was real important to us, to get that training, and now to give it to others. In our stroke group, we do have a caregiver group as well, because we realized that was almost more important for the family, for me and the kids, to know what to do with this guy once he got home.
Back to the question of the hospital, I remember the right hand arm and leg, the speech, lack of speech, the feeding tube, the so many questions floating throughout my head. I remember that at one point, according to my wife, I tried to get out of, pull everything off, and they strapped me down, and I couldn't go anywhere. I last month I celebrated my 18th anniversary as a stroke survivor.
That was 18 years ago.
Yep.
Congratulations. I mean, I don't know, what do we say, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you're not in a wheelchair now?
No.
Yeah. Wow. It's great to hear from a caregiver to see how you went through it, to do, like like picking up, transfer. Wow, that's crazy. I mean, good for you I know it's a lot of work, because I see what we go through. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, good for you. Wow. So as a caregiver, what kind of things that you want to mention now that maybe a lot of other caregivers need to hear?
There's life after stroke, number one, and ask the questions. Don't just, have them in your head or write them down somewhere. Ask all the questions. they may not have all the answers, but somebody somewhere is going to point you in the right direction. And, you know, the kids and I were lost, and we, you know, went to the hospital and asked, you know, oh, where's the stroke support group? And they said, oh, there's not one. And so, you know, we had to get creative, and we were lucky too there that my daughter was in college, my son was in high school, and they were old enough to understand that, you know, they needed to help me, and they did. And they, you know, they asked questions too, and you know, we were sort of at the point where we know the internet is important and an excellent tool to dig up information. Heck, Bill's on his phone digging up stuff all the time. Where can we ride bikes in New Zealand? Where can we, you know, whatever, where can we go to, you know, find the best, you know, training for speech? And you know, you got to dig. You really got to dig. And it's out there. It's out there.
Yeah. And you got to advocate for yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So now you hold a monthly caregiver and a stroke support group.
Well,
yes.
hold on.
You got your notes.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Hold on.
It's all good. This is good.
After a few years, we wanted to help stroke survivors and their caretakers get help too. So after 14 years, my wife and I co-founded the Laredo Stroke Support Group.
Wait, not 14 years. After 4 years.
No.
14 years ago. Okay,
Yeah,
got you.
Yeah.
Because you said after 14 years, I'm going, no. We didn't wait that long.
We offered monthly meetings and speech via Austin Speech Labs, heart, exercise, yoga, water cycling, and gardening and other things, free of charge. Thanks for the donors. It's a beautiful community.
Yeah, we started a nonprofit, and then we, you know, the hardest part was the begging. But if you find good people that like to beg and that can beg, or you just take Bill and just, like my sister says, just send Bill. They'll throw money at him, you know. So,
and it worked.
It worked. Yes, it did. So,
Yeah, it's good to hear that you're really taking the bull by the horn.
Yeah.
You know, because it takes a village.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Wow. So do you drive?
Yes.
Do you carry a card? You know, an aphasia card to show that? Yeah, because I see a lot of people doing that.
No, well, we provide bracelets for the stroke survivors that say they have aphasia or whatever else they have, diabetes, whatever. Bill doesn't always wear his, and I try to encourage him because, you know, if he, there you go. Wait, I want to see that.
Can you see it?
No.
No, lift it higher.
Right.
There you go,
Yeah.
right there. Okay.
Get the word out.
Okay.
Aphasia. I got, you know, someone in our groups said that to me. But yeah, and a lot of them provide they look like business cards, and it says what aphasia is, and you know, I'm not drunk. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the most important one. I'm not drunk because
just like Dr. Broussard says, you know, loss of language, not intellect.
Right.
But so it's it's a big journey to go through all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, on a daily. But look how far you've come. Let's see, because I don't know if because here's, I think this was there was this one here.
Yes. Popeyes.
Popeye the Sailor Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love the shirt.
Yeah.
And this year, I just bring up some pictures on a bike.
Yes.
Yeah, he rides all over the place.
It's just great to see that.
You know what? My left hand was the bike handle for the left-handed people. Well, the there's it's, the right-handed is no good. The left-handed is
Yeah, he switched all the gears to one side.
Yeah.
So he could.
I love it. I love it. Because when I went to therapy at St. David's, right near Brackenridge,
Yeah.
I was at Brackenridge.
I went to St. David's also.
Wow, on 32nd Street.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, my daughter worked there, and I spent 2.5 months there.
Do you know Bob Woodford?
Yeah, I was with one arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up.
He's come down 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, Bob's a great guy. He he has, he rides a motorcycle with one arm, and you know that. And he switched all the gears. And I said, God, I want to get a bike, but it has to be 3-wheel. And he says, I'll switch everything around. The same thing, because
I gave them the well.
Yeah, we passed on the recumbent, the 3-wheel recumbent. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I had that for about 4 months.
Awesome.
I saw the yellow one.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow, this is great.
Small
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got videos of me riding it and stuff. How funny that is. Wow. Yeah. St. David's, 32nd Street. And I was. You probably were. Were you on the 4th floor?
No. I was on the ground floor.
Okay, because I was on the 4th floor with the brain spinal cord injury patients.
Oh, okay.
Did you like the food? Did you like the food there?
No. I ate one day a week.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I know you were on the 1st floor. Yeah.
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 But
he did outpatient there.
Yeah. Well, that's just so funny. He's been there a long time.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a
So
good guy.
I bet we know all the same people. And
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, this is just like blowing me away.
Bob is in there. My book is Bob is in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Bob, and who else? I'm sure I can't remember the names because it's been, for me, more than 14 years ago. But that's wonderful. So you're outpatient. You went once a week.
Yes.
So you drove from Laredo all the way there. So
Mark and me drove
5 years. Every Wednesday, he would go and come back on Friday, and he would go do therapy and track workouts and just trying to, get everything back. Yep.
This is great. Wow. Did you go to their stroke support group?
No.
How'd you feel? Go ahead.
Well, I think 1 or 2 times I went.
Oh yeah, because we went to, when we were getting started, to try to get some ideas. But what we found in Laredo is a lot of stroke survivors and caregivers didn't like the atmosphere of being in a hospital. They wanted to be somewhere else. So we had to search, and we found a church, and the church lends us their all-purpose room or whatever, and that worked better for us because people were not as, it was just a little clinical feeling. And we do, we play loteria, we play bingo, we do, just stuff to get them to relax. And then we bring in speakers, we bring in heart doctors and what have you. And then we bring in fun stuff too, just letting them kind of do crafts and whatever they kind of feel like, paint pumpkins or whatever it is, just to kind of have to know that there's people out there in the same boat and they can just chat with each other and cry it out sometimes,
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what pseudobarbera effect, PBA?
Yes.
Do you have any of that?
I think 2 or 3. uh, um, to her, Manuel's sister.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, because some people like, well, for me, either laugh or cry, have some kind of emotion. For me, I cry at just the drop
Oh,
of a dime.
he
I-
laughed. He would laugh. I would tell him somebody had died, and he would laugh because he would, and he would go, I don't know why I'm laughing, like, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But I would cry as the minute uh, uh, movie showed any signs of stress, I would cry.
Yeah, it's funny how it affects you. But in our world here with the grandkids and all that, Papa's crying again. I mean, as a joke. That's just how it goes. Um, so I laugh at it. Nothing I can do about it. I'm like, I have a friend that I think you mentioned about laughing. A friend, stroke survivor. She goes to a funeral or wherever, and she starts laughing and can't, and that's you're trying to be serious, and she's just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
laughing. But it's a tough deal to go through. But so what have you changed? Have you changed like eating habits or anything?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
You're yeah.
Yeah. No, I um, um,
No more Dr. Pepper.
no more Dr. Pepper. Uh, uh, it's straight and narrow. Um, uh, uh, but I miss Dr. Pepper. But um,
I bet if you drank it now, you wouldn't even like it
no,
because you're used to no sugar now. I mean, as
Yeah.
far as your drink goes,
uh, I,
sweet tea.
unsweet tea.
Yeah, I saw you drinking that. Yeah, it's wow. Now let's see here. There was I bring them all these up here. So I'll get, let's see here. That's you using the BioNest. You
Yes.
use that?
Yeah, I've got it on right now.
Oh,
It's under there. It's under there.
let me let me the BioNest. Yeah, I had that for a while until I broke it. But I had one of the original ones where it had the antenna on the shoe, and
Yeah.
they had a controller on the. Oh, you know those, and
Yeah.
a bee was flying in my face, and I tried to what swing at it, and the thing went on the ground and broke. So I never got another one, but I love that.
Yeah. Um, 5 days a week, I wear it, and uh, in Saturday and Sunday, I wear the
The AFO thing.
yeah,
You
but
want me to bring it?
um, yeah, but
Yeah, but let me just bring it.
yeah,
You keep talking.
yeah,
Is it a certain type of AFO or is it a?
yeah, but it's from Canada. Um, it what? Yeah, yeah. This is my thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But it um, I it's like 7 days a week. It's hard because it's I don't know, but it's
Because your leg doesn't get a break or what?
yeah, yep,
Yeah, you need a break on that.
yep.
Yeah, no, I understand, but it's helping with drop boot. And do you wear that riding a bike?
No, nope. I decided. Um, I think 4 or 5 years ago. Um, I definitely
Was it shooting out too much power?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
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 Here's another one here.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Yep. You remember those days?
Yep.
And that's my sister Nancy. The left-hand side and
Indeed.
Yep. Yeah, that's those. I mean, those memories there. But wow. So what do you tell people that are going through it? You 18 years out post stroke. So I mean, what would you tell somebody that's going through it? The
never
newbie?
give up. Never give up. Never.
Yeah, because people would say, you know, oh, after a certain amount of time, this is all you're going to get, and you know, you're not going to get better. This is,
Right.
you know, you got to live with this, and it was so much, you know, and I said, well, they just don't know Bill, because I know Bill was never a quitter, never. I mean, he did sports all his life, so he's a guy that, you know, he's not going to take no for an answer. He'll just keep on hacking at it till he gets it. You know, he wanted to ride a bike. He had me put him on the bike way too early, his two-wheeler, because he didn't. We had gotten him the recumbent initially right after the stroke, and he wanted nothing to do with it. He wanted to get on his bike, and no one was home but me. And he said, you know, can you help me? And I said, can you please wait till my son gets home? And he said, no, I want to get on. You can do it. And I said, what if you fall? And he said, well, I'll fall to you. And of course he fell the other way. And then I felt terrible. And I was like asking him how many fingers and whatever. And he was joking around with me and saying the wrong number on purpose and, you know, just being silly. But he got up and, you know, he could laugh about it. It scared
Yeah.
me, but yeah.
Yeah. No, totally understand there. Yeah. I don't like the fact that because I was told in St. David's, one of my, I'm not sure, you probably know her. Well, let me put me on. Sorry, forget what I'm doing. She told me she was in a wheelchair and she was my occupational therapist. I don't know if you know her. And she was in a wheelchair and she told me about 6 months after, she goes, well, just get used to this, how you're going to be, because you've plateaued. You're not going to get any better. And that's like a dirty word when someone tells you that, because I see Janet here says, nope, 9 years and still recovering. I know 14 years, and I look back. That's why I take videos to look back and think, oh, I've done, you know.
I've taken videos. Like,
Oh, he's got thousands of them.
Yeah. You should also it inspires so many people to say, okay, you know, even if I can move a finger, you know, like you know, I have to hold my hand, but you know, move my fingers and stuff. You know, I couldn't do it at this one time, you know, years ago. But then those little tiny improvements, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, post those out there. We gotta, you know, because it is inspiring to see those little wins, you know, even if it's a tiny little win.
Yeah.
It sounds like you've done so much.
Well, can I get back to my cheat notes?
Yeah, go. No, that's absolutely. That's right.
The cards that I dealt with had more to do with lack of proprioception, sensory overload, clonus, and aphasia. Proprioception provides the information to my brain about the position, the location, and the movement of my body. Pre-stroke, I was able to run without looking at my feet, or able to touch my nose with my eyes closed. Well, after my stroke, my brain's ability to process the information from my right-hand side is faulty. Occasionally, I have sensory overload. I will describe to you this way. Your grandbaby is crying. The phone is ringing off the wall. The stove is beeping, and somebody's asking you a question all at once.
Yeah.
I want to have a meaningful conversation with the guy, but I also hear the noise in the background. Even though I can hear you, processing your words takes me a lot longer.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. My gadgets include Apple iPhone 15. I can say it, but I can't spell it. This gives me this. I can.
He can tell his phone, and then his phone will write it for him. So easier for emails and texts.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
all of that.
And Apple's AirPods 4.0 with selective noise cancellation in order to block out unwanted distraction. They're not perfect, but they definitely help. And clonus, clonus is a condition that involves involuntary, rhythmic muscle contractions, and I have it in my right hand and ankle. Normal day, time per day, I don't know. It seems to sneak up on me. It lasts around 10 seconds to 15 seconds. But it seems like it's getting better. I think before 90 years old, I should be good.
I totally understand about the clonus.
Do you have that too?
Oh yeah, I get that. If I'm standing too long or fatigued from working out, it's
Yeah.
it's a tough one. I just brought that up because you saw John Loomis's comment.
I know.
The one that said about spouses, spouse selective hearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Bill always says, I
Oh
can't hear you.
gosh.
I can't hear you.
Oh.
And you and I both know anyone who has aphasia understands how awful it feels when you literally have your voice taken away from you. Imagine that you're trying to talk, but you cannot get the words out.
Oh, yeah.
It can affect us from a mild degree to a serious, a severe degree. When I'm excited, it kicks in. It's ironic that I cannot speak when I want to the most.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I was asked, is there a cure? Myophasia is a chronic condition without a known cure. Still, stroke survivors will progress. communication skills can greatly improve over time, but you have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill didn't speak for a whole year. How long did you take to get your words out? Were you initially just could not talk at all?
Oh, myself?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, it was yeah. We have those good days and bad days.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it took a lot. It was probably, but it wasn't perfect. It's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 But it was 6 months to a year before I can, I thought it was perfect, but yes, but no. And then yeah, and forgetting, that's another big thing. I just can't remember 6 months to a year, and then um I I forgot, what was the question?
I just want to know how long you had your aphasia, like initially, like how long it took you to get your words out, because
Yeah, it took
surprisingly. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no 6 months to a year, but
Okay.
best therapy I've always, well, I've been told, just talk.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what it takes. That's something someone told me that, and that's why I kept talking. And I know I was not making any sense, and so I work. I really, where it really gets me is going out. If we go out to dinner or wherever we go, and have to talk to people, then it kind of goes. Um, oh,
Yeah. And
you
Jerry
see,
hasn't quit
John,
talking since.
What?
And he hasn't quit talking since.
Oh.
He's so funny. But yeah, and I do want to go back to what you did say is um, the stoves going and all these people having conversations, and then I am completely confused. People, and if it's too loud, I have to go to a
Yeah.
different room just because it's
Yeah.
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 Or, how about this? For me, it still bothers me if I hear an ambulance drive by.
Yeah.
I don't know if that affects you at all.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, brings you back to those.
Well, I live on a ranch.
So it helps that we don't have too many ambulances on the ranch, but
But the airplanes that go by, oh my gosh.
yeah, because they go right over our house. And well, it's your office, the trains.
Yeah.
They go by your
Yeah.
office too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely it affects, and the grandkids, especially the older one, she's 8 and she loves to tell stories and she just loves to talk, but she also loves to squeal and do all kinds
Yes.
of, and it drives Bill nuts sometimes.
No,
And
no.
I have to remind her, poor thing.
I get out the
Yeah,
I understand that.
He gets out his
Oh yeah,
yeah,
understand. That helps a lot.
yeah,
with my
AirPods. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Were you airlifted?
no.
Okay.
No. I was in Austin at the time running.
He was running and he collapsed. Yeah. So he was very lucky because Austin hospitals are many steps above Laredo hospitals, and
Yeah.
I mean they took him directly to a stroke hospital. So
Yeah. Brackenridge was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where do you live?
I live in just outside of Austin, between Austin and I'm in New Braunfels.
Okay. Gosh, we were just there.
Yeah. Well,
we went to New Braunfels over New Year's. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Didn't we talk about this?
yes.
Yeah, you were outside near Canyon Lake.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. In New Braunfels?
Yes.
Yeah, we went to eat in New Braunfels, went shopping there. Yeah. Because there's not
Where
much in
in
Canyon Lake, but
Where in New Braunfels did you eat?
we ate at a fish place, seafood place, McAdoo's or
Oh yeah. Right down the street, we love to go to Myron's.
Oh, okay. We haven't tried that one. We'll have to hit it next time.
Yeah. Excuse me. They're open from 4 till 11 or something like that. But what a great place. Yeah, we've been to McAdoo's quite a bit.
Yeah,
But-
that's nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of neat, great little town, isn't it? Big.
Yeah.
It's a German town, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool. Mhm.
yeah, and there's actually a street that we live real close to. It's walled road. Yeah, it's awesome, Mom. Okay, how'd you feel when you went to speech therapy? Did they make you uh, like count backwards or do that? I kept thinking, I don't do that now. But some of the stuff, but it's okay.
No,
I mean,
you know what? Austin Speech Labs,
yes,
5 years. Um, um, Austin Speech Labs for 5 years. Um, I would go there
Wednesday through Friday.
Wednesday through Friday, um, and they were most caring people, the most caring people, and
They made him memorize the Abraham Lincoln speech and
ah,
all kinds of stuff. Boy, that was tough. That was
yeah,
tough.
yeah,
And he made a lot of videos with my daughter. She would hold up his cue cards and different speeches. But he's been lucky that he was able to keep his job because it was his personal business. So he had to talk a lot at work. He was
right,
forced. I mean,
yeah,
in order to run his business, people had questions. He had to answer. So I mean, it took a while to get going, but
it took a lot longer than a while.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. God, good for you that because that's as you know that's one of the biggest part of disability. Have a stroke. People, I know me. They told me that's why the speech therapist didn't. I didn't get along with at first when they, Jerry, you're gonna get prepared. You're gonna lose your job. Oh, right. I'm not gonna lose my job.
Yeah,
I kept thinking, well, he was right. You know,
yeah.
lost
Yeah.
my job. Yeah,
That and driving have been the two things that most people complain about.
yeah,
And did you have vision impairment with your stroke?
yeah. That's why. Yeah, but not bad though. Mine was not really that bad.
I
But
can't see out of this side.
Bill he had a stroke in the eye too. So he
yeah,
had and he
Two
never
birds with one stone.
yeah, well he never wore glasses before and now, he's got to wear glasses on it, and so it was hard for him to adjust to all
Uh,
that. But
uh,
he can drive.
no, I'm think like 1 month after I said, "You got to let me drive," and Dee says, "You have to go there to the Texas Department,"
Yeah, I made him go take a driving test.
and I passed.
did
They
you?
they were gone for 2 hours driving. I thought they had a wreck somewhere for sure. No, the guy said, no, I made him take me to all his businesses to see if he, knew his sense of direction and all that. Cause he said, I need to make sure that it wasn't a memory deal. At that point, we didn't know how much, he didn't
Yeah,
seem to have lost his memory. When we were in Austin, I was driving, but he was still pointing and telling me where to go. So I knew he's always been better at directions than I am. So I was wanting him to drive, but at the same time, scared that
yeah,
maybe he wouldn't be able to see or whatever. But I mean, we have a friend who lost an eye in college or whatever, and he drives. So I said, oh, you got to, there's people with one eye driving all over the place. So
yeah. Absolutely. What about the written? Did you have to do a written test?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's that.
Um,
Oh,
um, uh, the hmm, no. Oh,
he pretty much said all of it.
no, but two things. My family, um, when someone has a stroke, it happens to the whole family. Um,
Can I interject?
yes.
Because that's the part that's real hard. A lot of the caregivers don't have anybody to talk to, and people are willing to, well, let me take the stroke survivor to therapy, and they don't realize that the rest of the family needs help too, and
Yeah.
guidance too. And sometimes even the stroke survivor, we have to talk to him and say, like, hey, you're not the only one who had the stroke. We all had it, and we're all going through stuff too. Like, we're all just trying our best, and that part's hard because
Yeah.
it gets a little hard to navigate the
Yeah.
whole world of stroke and therapies and
Yeah.
no jobs and all those things.
Yeah. And you're trying to be strong with us. I mean, for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know that's just, I didn't realize that until later, because I thought she was really, I was strong, fine, but I didn't realize what she was going through. Like you said, the whole family goes through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at first, I needed help with everything.
Yeah.
Over time, I became more dependent, but support from my family got me through it all. I'm so thankful for my wife
Yeah.
and my kids
Yeah.
and their families.
Yeah. So true. So true.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think this is all I think.
You already told him.
Yeah.
About your book. So who said they coached the whole family? Who's that coming
Let's
from?
see here. That was Janet, and she's coming. She'll be on. I know. Yep. That's why I coached the whole tribe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the key right there. That's nice.
Yeah. It is. It's quite the journey. You're very inspiring, both of you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We try.
Yeah. I appreciate you being on here. I know it's been just about an hour, and I know there's a lot more to say because.
But
Oh no, it's just that there's what do you call it? There's things that I'm sure, because I hear this all the time. Oh, I should have mentioned this after. Well, because it's hard to get all you want to say out to help other people. And I always say, if we can inspire one person out there, then
It's worth it. Yeah.
it is definitely worth it. And
Yeah.
3 or 4.
And no, and the thing is too,
yeah,
whatever you did before,
yeah,
you'd be surprised at still how you're an asset to somebody else, even if maybe physically or your words won't come out or whatever, but to guide other people to do things, and to get out there, because there's people there was a man who lived right down the street, and Bill was going down the street and saw him, and he says, man, that guy walks like me. He's using a cane. He says, I'm going to follow him. And he followed him into a dollar store, and he was going to buy cookies. And he found him in the cookie aisle, and he said, hey, do you have a, and initially the guy was like, who are you and why are you coming up to me? But they became great friends, and he just passed away recently, really sad. But he had his stroke like 10, 20 years before.
wow,
And had never and didn't know that other people were going through the same thing, because he had a stroke when he was in his 20s.
yeah,
And he just was staying home doing nothing,
yeah,
and didn't know there was stuff out there. And Bill, like I say, the classes we started with just the meetings, but then we started just, hey, we found an art teacher who was helping people with mental illness, and she
Right.
was willing to help our stroke survivors. And then we found somebody who did exercise, and then we found somebody who was willing to do the swimming. And so we just started adding things as people joined our group and said, I like art. Can you find something? I like riding bikes. I like swimming. I like, so ask all the questions,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because we never knew when we had our stroke, what questions can I ask? It just took me home in my wheelchair, and now what? I know there's outpatient therapy,
Yeah.
but still, in the house, what do we do?
Yeah.
How do we get up the driveway? How do we get there's so much, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
that had to be more. Yeah, I see these comments here. Thank you. Look at all these. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Very inspirational. Yes, you are. Yeah, but we'll have to follow up on this too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
appreciate
please do.
you both being here and sharing your journey, because I know it's a journey. It's a village that has to help. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
well, any last words from any of you?
No.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yep.
Keep on
Keep-
keeping on.
Yep. Keep on keeping on.
That's right. Just like you said, don't give up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Things do get better.
Yep.
They do.
You may not think it at the time,
Right.
but
Right. Get out of the house. Don't stay home all the time.
yeah,
And even if your movement is limited, move every day.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
because there's so much on the internet too, like yoga in a chair and
Yeah.
exercise for your upper body, and there's all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
If you look
so
for
many-
it. So,
So many tools
Oh,
out there.
you want to get Jerry the Facebook.
Laredo Strokes Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on Instagram and Facebook under Laredo Stroke Support.
Okay, yeah, perfect. I'll subscribe or whatever. I'll get on there and
Yeah, because
And definitely-
see all the activities and the things that they do. So,
yeah. So Laredo Stroke Group,
Laredo Stroke Support.
Laredo
Stroke
So,
Support.
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely I appreciate that. We'll love to be included. So
Okay. Well, thank
All
you
right,
so
guys.
much.
yeah, absolutely. This is great, both of you. So Dee Dee and Bill, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hrncir.
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 Hrncir. Yeah. Perfect. The check.
All right.
So, all right, guys. Well, thank you again, and
Thank you.
we will be in touch. And this is live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch. It's on a lot of, and it doesn't go away. I mean, this will be there, and a lot of people rewatch it because I got messages. People they can't be here because they're working or doing something or therapy. So, but yeah, so you can hang on 1 second here. But thank you guys. Appreciate all being there to support Bill and Dee Dee. I appreciate it very much. Thank you guys.
Okay.
Peace.